Okay, so getting this started is hard to start with. It is a tough tire to get on. What I'm trying to do is on the back side, make sure it's pressed into the center of the rim to try to give me a little more room to peel this loose edge on this side. So again, in the back, I'm just trying to let the beads ride into the middle of the tire. And once I do that, now I'm gonna use a couple of different tire irons to start bracing off the edge of this tire.
Did you talk about the zip ties?
I have one zip tie on here to act as an additional hand if I need it. It tends to hold the tire on versus letting it slip off. You'll see here, as soon as you start prying, it wants to come off. So by applying a zip tie there, I'm giving myself like an extra hand. It doesn't do all the work, but it does a good bit of the work. But it is a very difficult tire to get on here. And I've tried this a few times and gotten it on one time and then not gotten it on. So there is nothing easy about this particular tire. And each time here, I am curling my fingers around the back to try to get that back bead into the center of the rim. Now I'm using a tool that you don't have, which is just a big tire lever that I can get more leverage on. This is where I find that if I, when I'm trying to make a big pry, if I just put this in here and pry, the bead is so far out towards the end of the prying tool that it'll never go on. So what I try to do, I'm going to give myself another piece of leverage over here.
That is a zip tie.
So what I'm going to try to do is keep this down here.
Want me to hold that down?
The further I can slide this thing up towards the edge of the bead towards the edge of the pry bar, the easier it is. And again, this thing just continues to slip if I'm not careful, or even when I'm careful, it's slipping.
Gotta get your belly in.
Here again, I'm just trying to brace this thing off. See if I can get enough of this thing over. Got it one time. I haven't had luck since.
Well, it kind of gives you an idea of how hard it is.
Oh yeah, not easy at all. I think I'm going to try to add another zip tie to the equation. So this thing's gotten up to that point this side over here is in. So we'll see if this can actually help me nudge it along. So now that I've gotten up this far, holding it down here, this zip tie area. See if we can put another one in here.
Another zip tie number 3.
See if that'll help us hold it on just a little bit. So now that this one was in here, it's helped me get very close.
So that one went on.
So we got all 3 of them on now. And I'm going to cut the zip ties loose. Make sure it's seated well all the way around. And now I'll inflate the tire. Getting this head on here is even a little bit tricky, like it wants to push all the way in. So I'm trying to just hold it. From pushing it to the back. There we go. So, the main thing there is I used a combination of zip ties and then strong levers. I use, this is one of my favorite tools for these hard ones. I can get you one of these tools. It's a Pedro's tire lever. I also use the screwdriver and then a couple of your standard type tire levers. But by having those sections, you know, using zip ties, even if I use 3 or 4 of those, it gets the job done. And but not an easy tire to get on there at all.